them. We'll see how well they do as we get into game number 1, and they're going up against Java and Fakey.
Java was pushing instantly. He was right in blue team's face. He's still right in blue team's face, even though he was at weapon disadvantage. Now he's picked up that sword.
Downlight, side airs, both a red team member and a blue team member. Looks like the red team trying to control the ground there. Raydish has been floating around for a minute. Okay, what's the combo? Down sig.
The iframes of that spot dodge from Raydish were done by the time that down sig came out. MegD taken out very early. My eyes were on Raydish.
Yeah, that was just a great combo coming out from Java and Fakey. You saw the setup, and then Java went for the axe recovery. I think it was MegD who came over to try to interrupt, but just didn't quite get the hit in time.
Oh, this is so scary.
MegD.
Interruption of the recovery. MegD's gonna fall again. That was a stock loss in yellow, and absolutely, if there was anybody that could afford that, the last person is MegD.
Real bad for MegD, as a great ground pound from the top of the map from Fakey to keep that combo going. Recovery comes out from Java, gets back up onto the stage. Oh man, Fakey not able to find the timing to stop that one from taking out Java, but that's just their first stocks.
And
Combo?
like, yeah, MegD seemed like he was going to be the outlier here with all the damage that he took, but like Raydish might be right behind him as well, and he didn't lose a stock in yellow. Is it going to happen to MegD on the, are we going to see it again? Fakey, he's setting up for the potential. Java was like above him, but that neutral air from Fakey ended up sending high. The overlap, grabbing the teammate, putting a little bit of team damage out there, but absolutely worth because he also picked up MegD, who's now in the red on final stock. Neutral signature barely missing. There's the side light. Raydish got a nice interrupt there. Maybe he can take out Java's stock here?
Ooh, okay, Raydish with the mix-up, side lights one way and then immediately goes for the other.
And then that time he did something different. He did the first one, then he did a backdash and then a side light in the same direction.
Combo? Oh, went for a ground
Go for
pound
the side
there.
air, brother. Or even like a longer signature.
Yeah, like GC side sig, I thought maybe. But either way, Fakey gonna fall. MegD doing a really good job surviving despite getting knocked to his first stock, or final stock very early.
Though I think once red team, okay, they may not even need a weapon, but I was gonna say once red team like gets a weapon and like solidifies both of them in this fight after the newly spawning in, I'm worried about MegD. You see him moving over, like Raydish has to go to work. He needs to lace up those boots and get to work.
You can see Raydish really trying to set up. Java eats the ground pound, but the Nair gets him back up. He got the wall touch. Raydish chasing deep, but Java's going to turn it around, and Fakey at the top takes down MegD.
I respect the attempt from Raydish. He had to go for something big there. And in terms of the damage done, wow, it was really, really even across the board, at least like within the teams. 369 and 370 from the blue team, so they're only one apart. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, they were like that mid-400s.
Yeah, there's that ground pound. Maybe GC down sig, maybe something else. I don't know.
They still ultimately got it, so it's not like that making the hit is the game-changing moment. Man, that ground pound almost made connection. Also, the ground pound earlier that almost hit, but that neutral air from Java had the perfect timing on it to get priority. That was so close to being blue team's game there, like several different moments, but Java and Fakey were able to just wrestle it from him.
Had just a little bit of a better pacing.
Yep.
Because the damage, like the damage between them, it was like in the 400s versus the 300s. It wasn't like a drastic difference. It's just that they found those correct hits at the right time, like the stuffing out of the recovery, or like Java getting that turnaround down air at the bottom of the map. Like just those little moments ended up adding up a lot better for the red team.
So while we're waiting for the fourth gamer to make it into the lobby here, let's look at Java and Fakey's route through the bracket. Once they got into the top 32, they took out Berserker and Moneyhalla. They got a game off of Java and Fakey. Impressive. Then 3-0 over Walshy and Pugsy as a top 8 qualifier to make it in. Then that was the tough set against Balloon Boy and Hideaway that they went 1-3. What was the order of the victories there? Okay, it was game 1 going to Java and Fakey, and then 3 in a row from Balloon Boy and Hideaway. So like right out of the gate was where they were strongest against this team, but then of course, like as you know with the top players, downloads happen, and once you got that download, once it's stored locally on your computer and not in the cloud where you sometimes may not be able to access it later, they had it.
Yep, they had it locally stored, safe and secure on the SSD. Right now, waiting for MegD to get into this one. He decided to take a little quick reset. Sometimes that happens. It used to be that players, like every time they took an L, they'd just be like, "I'm gonna reset everything."
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I'm mad. I'm gonna reset everything.
That's fair. I think that's not it's not the worst thing to do. It's like it's essentially the shotgun blast of solution of problem solving, I guess. Just get a complete refresh on everything, your computer, your internet connection, your IP, your connection to the DNS, connection to Brawlhalla servers, the Brawlhalla client running on your computer. It's not a bad idea. Well, I mean, when you call the helpline, what do they say? Did you try turning it off and back on again?
Yeah, but in a tournament setting, my helpline says, look inside yourself.
Do not call the Duke helpline, because he's just going to say, let's get this show on the road.
He's going to say, look inside yourself. Lock in. Get it twisted. You are a percentage point on a Fortune 500 company's Excel sheet. You can do anything. But we'll see if Raydish and MegD can do anything against this team of Java Fakey. You know what? You talked about the matchup that they had against Balloon Boy and Hideaway, and when we got to see the order of W's, it went Java and Fakey took game 1, then they took 3 L's. Could see a repeat here with MegD Raydish, because game 1 did go Java Fakey.
Now, in terms of history between these two teams, not including the game that we've already seen so far or any of the games technically today in the tournament, they are 4-1 in official turn. Oh, and that's all events. Excuse me, all events. It's 4-1 in favor of Java and Fakey. So that's an 80% win rate there. That's huge for this team of Java and Fakey. In terms of games, it's a little bit more even. It's 13-8, which gives a 62% win rate over to Java and Fakey. So heavily favored going into this, but it's been a minute. The last time they met in a tournament was the Autumn Championship 2023, but both of those sets went to Java and Fakey. The last time that MegD and Raydish beat Java and Fakey was at DreamHack San Diego 2023, so more than a year ago, and that one was a 3-1 in favor of MegD and Raydish.
Well, it's been a little bit since they've gotten to run into each other, but now they're doing it here in the top 6 of things. Winner of this gets the top 4 spot. We got MegD and Raydish both in and locked in. What map do you think? APOC, Small Fortress?
I think we're going back Small Fortress of Lions.
Give me a Western Air Temple. Just for fun.
Not a chance. Ban it right now, MegD. Ban it right now. Yes, sir! Proven right again.
Just give me a map that isn't red.
For all the colorblind homies out there, tough map choice. Yeah. Tough map choices here. It seems like the best maps happen to be red, except for Mishima Dojo. Sorry, I hate soft platforms.
Here we go. Game number 2. Java and Fakey sticking with their character picks. MegD Raydish. They've reset their worlds. They'll see if they can get a W here against Java and Fakey. All right. Lots of movement coming out from this blue team. They're really picking and choosing when they want to go in. I'm watching MegD. He threw out 1 recovery, and he's just been dash jumping.
What is MegD doing? Was he just waiting for the weapon spot so he could swap over to the gauntlets? Because he was just jumping around like almost bot style.
It's interesting because Oh, he got knocked out of it.
Oh, yeah, that's tough. That would have been the KO there, 100%.
Had the opportunity. Raydish not able to get the recovery. Java going real high. Recognizing this blue team locked in a little bit better now.
Oh, Raydish not choosing to attempt the edge guard onto Java. Went to go over and put pressure on a Fakey. Hit him with the recovery. Almost got the KO off the top. Then goes back over to Java and does get the KO off the top. Fakey over on the wall. Gets back on. There's the sidelight. Instantly punished by MegD moving in.
Saw that chain dodge coming out from Fakey. Jump, chase dodges over, and MegD just completely cuts off the path with the recovery. Man, blue team looking healthy. Look at Raydish barely in the orange.
MegD also very, very healthy. So even though we talked about how he was jumping around, not doing a lot, it wasn't like Raydish was getting bodied over there and MegD's over just checking his phone, seeing what's going on X, the everything platform. So both players have been obviously in this game. Neither has left the other out to dry. MegD almost got the follow-up there with the unarmed neutral air. Now moves over, grabs the spear. Potential edge guard setup, the dare.
Okay, the pogo will work out. I like that attempt from MegD. Thought Fakey was going to come in grounded, so he threw out that side stick to cover.
That's going to be it for MegD's stock.
Yeah. Can they convert this into more? Recovery going to whiff for Fakey.
Despite that, big early lead where MegD and Raydish were, only in the orange by the time they got both stocks from Java and Fakey, MegD and Raydish are almost in orange on second stock now, and neither Java nor Fakey are red. Take that back as Java turns red with that side air and also runs into the blast zone and gets KO'd.
Fakey tried to make that motion over there, tried to slap Raydish before that side air finished off Java. Just was a little too late on that one. Again, the interrupt attempted, but the side sig will convert into a KO, and MegD's there to help out Raydish.
Ooh, could be a potential setup there. Actually interrupted that recovery as well from Fakey. I think he was trying to recover like directly out of hit stun because either MegD or Raydish are both red, so if he hits either one, could be a KO off the top. Raydish gonna extend that one. If he KOs MegD, it's fine. If he also puts the red team into a terrible position.
I like that Raydish went for so much there because he started that off by stuffing out Java's recovery.
Yeah.
Java, though, will still find one later, taking down the stock of Raydish, but the damage is being done. Java's getting close to the red.
Yeah, that was some Flambeau and June were talking about earlier. I believe maybe it was PJ and Skiff, not sure, but it was like, yeah, you have Java, you have a low defense legend, just bully him. There you go. They bullied him out. Now eyes are on Fakey. GCD light. Oh, just the spot dodge, nothing after.
Trying to go spot dodge for spot dodge, didn't quite connect. Neutral light, down air, and the weapon costs. Java and Fakey gonna lose game number 2. MegD and Raydish after the reset looking okay.
We are tied in this set here in the elimination quarterfinals. Winner of this set moves on, guaranteed top 4. Java and Fakey. Hoping it's them, hoping they can have another podium finish. Meanwhile, MegD and Raydish hoping they can push further and further in a year where they've struggled in 2v2s with placements outside of top 8, with placements even past 9th, even at CEO coming in 13th place. So they're wanting to push this one for sure. They need to boost up their PRs so they can get better seeds, so that they can have a really nice seed going into BCX, because there's only one other official 2v2 tournament this year, as far as I know at this point.
Yeah. If you're looking for PR, if you're looking for better seeding into BCX, you got to be thinking about these next 2 doubles events, specifically if you're thinking about your doubles, seeds, and PRs. Here we go. Game number 3. Once again, no character swaps, no map changes. We're just going to go right back into it.
Fakey was able to grab a weapon. Now Raydish, he was jumping around.
Combo.
He ended up going back down. They ended up dropping it. That's a tough way. Like, it was a good way to start, and then all of a sudden it fell apart, and they weren't able to get it materialized into nothing.
Nobody can make fun of me for not hitting side light and air. Java didn't do it, and he's in top 6.
That's so true.
Down light into the neutral light coming out from Fakey. Neutral light, Fakey, a little early on that neutral light. He had to go for something there because Raydish was right up in his face. Side air, bounces Raydish away, but the weapon toss keeps him safe. Down sig.
Oh, nice one.
Easy catch.
Man, I feel like it's been a minute since we've seen signatures coming out from Java. There was like a GCD sig on the sword that we saw earlier, but the axe signatures have been so few and far between. Sword signatures as well. There's a neutral signature coming out as well, hoping he can grab a jumping blue team member.
I mean, that signature is so good at taking out people. When they're in the orange, it can KO so quick. But Java chasing real high. That recovery,
I thought that was it, dude.
Dude, Raydish, he's just in the orange. If that did it, that would have been brutal.
There would have been some clips of that one on Twitter for sure. Sidelight,
Nice
side air.
follow-up.
Course gravity cancel neutral signature. You better have that one. You should be able to do that in your sleep if one of the players on your team is a Wu Shang player.
The Nair comes out from MegD. All right, looks like they're trying to reposition there. You saw how MegD was just bullying Fakey.
It shouldn't take much to take out Raydish, so if he starts, okay. GCD
wow.
just completely shutting that down. Yeah, that one from all the way on the wrong side of the stage. That's why I was worried about like any starter that Raydish got. If it didn't grab both members of the blue team, there was a good chance he was going to get hit and get taken out.
Oh, here comes the combo.
Nice again.
And again, yeah. Like you said, got to do it in your sleep. MegD has been hitting those end sigs as follow-ups off of Raydish.
Oh, I really thought Java was going to get punished there. Like, he's in the red. He did that recovery over the wall, so he was just kind of stuck in the air. There was a blue team member near him, but not near enough to get hit by the recovery. MegD's going to end up falling. Java, the only one on second stock, hoping to take Raydish off the top. Here comes Fakey, but in the meantime, Java loses his stock off that top blast zone.
That was a big gamble that could have paid off real well if Fakey was able to get that final hit and finish off Raydish. They still got some good damage. Nice little side air opportunity for the 1v2 onto MegD, but can't find the opening hit.
Winner of this game is going to have the lead moving into game 4. Raydish more damage than everybody else on the field. He's playing back. You can see it in his positioning.
No weapon spawn. He does get the orb, but again, playing back, and the red team capitalizing. You can see they're shoving MegD as far away from Raydish as they can.
And Raydish is scared to come in and do anything, because if he whiffs an attack, he might get caught. You saw Fakey ready to turn around with that neutral signature. There comes Java. D-Light side air. D-Light recovery, not punished.
Oh, there's the combo. Fakey's a little late on the down sig. Punish opportunity.
Dude,
Java
you're
doesn't do anything.
You're going to let him have 4 hits on your teammate?
He just watches the cutscene happen, and MegD's got weapon control, has the gauntlets.
Dude, that's your brother in arms. You were Walter White sitting in the truck screaming, Hank! No, Hank!
I wish I knew that reference.
Watch one of the best shows of all time. I've told you this since it aired.
I've seen Attack on Titan.
You don't even think that's the best show. Dude, this is tense, though.
Deep red on MegD, and the recovery will do it. Java gonna clutch it out in game number 3. He watched Fakey get taken out, but he still made up for it.
749 damage there from Java. He carried that game for sure.
Well, of course he carried. He had to not help Fakey ever.
He better have carried that game. Man, those in-sig follow-ups from MegD on the Spear of Wushang, really like every Wushang player knows how to do that. Oh, that was tough. If they lost that game because Java like essentially just like sat there and had to watch his teammate get hit by 4 hits and then KO, that would have been so tough. That would have been really bad for the morale of the red team.
I feel like Java just wasn't 100% sure how to interrupt.
It could be, yeah.
Because, like, in that position, I'm immediately screaming, like, just do a down light, kind of like what we saw Truck Stop Burrito doing earlier. But you saw him, like, think for a moment, and then he went for the jump nair, and by then he was, like, already out of position, and it's like, okay, maybe he was just thinking a little too long on that. Yeah,
essentially you're stuck in that analysis paralysis where you're like, I would like to do the best move here. So let me go through the suite of things that I could do to find the most optimal move. We're getting towards the end of the game, so I'm looking for that KO move. Oh, okay, he's already, okay.
Yeah.
It's already over. I kept thinking too much. That's why you never think.
He was, turn off your brain. Especially if you're an Axe player. That's like, I'll tell you right now, turn off your brain.
Don't think, just do. Do they say that in Top Gun Maverick? Top Gun Maverick.
Believe.
Don't think. Yeah, they say don't think, just do.
Okay.
Yep, don't think, just do.
Who says it? Goose? Rooster?
No.
Ace?
The
Hardstuck?
The man.
Wallow Man?
Actually, kind of a beast call sign. Hardstuck's kind of a beast call sign.
Here we go. Game number 4. 1 game advantage on the side of Java and Fakey. MegD and Raydish are going to have to try to win this one if they want that game 5 and potential top 4 finish.
We talked about Java carrying, but also kind of MegD carried for the blue team as well, putting out 590 damage compared to 317, unfortunately, from Raydish. Potential edge guard. Recovery there coming out from Java. He's able to get back. MegD actually goes over to the soft platform. Why is MegD's just starting out these games weird?
Yeah, he's definitely playing a lot more passive to start off the games, and it's really
it's not working.
Letting Raydish get run over. Java and Fakey are just handling him. Nice double dare, side air. And MegD gets taken out so fast.
It's going to be very tough for them to come back here.
The 1-team combos, all they need is they go for the ground pounds. Java doesn't have the jumps. Can they convert this one into a KO as well? Missed the pogo.
Maybe the ground pound would have been just the better option to cover more bases there. I'm not sure. Nice interruption.
N-Sig. Oh, Raydish was trying to position for it, but actually launched a little high for Raydish.
So they got the stock off of Java, and it was like, okay, all of a sudden we're going to equalize this game. And then Fakey, like Fakey's still living. He's pretty close to KO damage depending on like what move you hit. Like that doesn't send him off screen just yet. But Java, now all of a sudden, second stock, Java has started to fall apart, and MegD and Raydish have leveled up.
Yeah, I would be nervous if I was Java. Goes in for the side air once
didn't
again.
Get in time.
Fakey a little late, and the side air will finish off Fakey. Java's going to wait here for a little moment. Gets caught, and that's the N-Sig.
And it's virtually the exact same thing, virtually the exact same timing, whether MegD has the spear in his hands or whether he has the gauntlets in his hands. Basically the same hitbox on that, just a little bit different in terms of range.
Oh, okay, this time over to MegD with the side sig. Raydish able to follow up, adding more damage. Fakey with the down air, but still, that's some good damage they put out on Fakey.
Yeah, I think technically they're even here if you average out the damage across the teams, but Java is maybe about 40 damage deep on this final stock compared to Raydish being untouched so far. There's the side air onto Fakey. Neutral air into the recovery. Another neutral air chasing high. Fakey right after him, but just a little bit too far behind.
Ooh, recovery, but not enough damage on Raydish to get launched anywhere. Sidelight, side air, Fakey gonna get taken out. MegD in the red though, things are looking close. NC.
Dude, how did MegD and Raydish all of a sudden turn this around? The second stock for them really went crazy.
For sure.
They've been doing a great job of just bullying Java and then putting damage on a Fakey like when they can get it, not totally focusing on him, but like when they can take it, they'll take it.
Yeah, that first stock was just like a gimme, and then they decided to lock in and go forward. They almost have Java out of this game, number 4. All they need to do is find that one correct hit, a setup for MegD's signature, but Raydish is disarmed.
Are we going to see some type of signature from Java, or is it just going to be the latter?
Down sig.
Yup.
MegD gets disarmed. Out in the open air, Raydish with the help with the downlight.
Save from Raydish, help from Fakey.
Ooh, MegD not going to go for the signature. Instead, lets the side air go, and it does take out Java.
Dude, it's so winnable for Fakey.
Both blue team members in the red. Just a neutral light.
Fakey still neutral light. Oh, it's over. And the smart choice there was MegD going for the signature that hits low, the side signature that hits low, not the neutral signature that a lot of people might autopilot on that he's hit so many different times throughout this set, but because his teammate served the opponent up low, he knows to go low.
For me, the smarter decision in that moment, or like the smarter thought in that moment, is more about going for a signature instead of which signature it was, because I think a lot of other people would have gone for like a sidelight and just tried to go for like their practiced extended combo, but in that moment he's like, okay, this one little hit, I'm just gonna bet that the side sig's enough.
Yeah,
because he's orange, and he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna believe that this side sig will do it.
That makes sense, because if you have a 5-step plan, that's like 5 steps that things can go wrong. If you only need the first step and the last step, you can just skip everything in between, and all of a sudden you've taken away a lot of those variables where things can go wrong, where you can make mistakes, where something can happen where you don't get the intended result.
Well, it worked for him. We got a game 5, but that was a wild game 4.
That was a great game 4.
Started off really, really strong for Java Fakey. MegD and Raydish really locked in, brought it down to those final moments, and they managed to clutch it out. So on both sides, I'm like, okay, MegD, Raydish, they can do it if they just bring that game plan from the beginning to the end. But at the same time, Java Fakey, if they take that first moment and just continue that, it can propel them to victory easily. Like, this really could go either direction.
And I think it was because they really set their sights and focused on Java. Because I'm looking at the graph right now. Hey, can we maybe get graph?
Oh, up the brightness.
Since we have
once
a minute
again
here.
And then he's going to zoom in. 3, 2, 1. Mouse on screen. Mouse on screen.
I left it there on purpose.
Mods. How come the top one is just darker orange?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Isn't it supposed to be blue?
Maybe it's because that's the team that lost. So they darken it out. Cool. Perfect. So look at those first 2 stocks of Java. It's basically almost in line with the first 2 stocks of MegD and Raydish, stocks that were taken out incredibly early. Then you look at the second stock of Java, and it's basically in line with Fakey's first stock, and he lost it before the second stocks were lost of MegD and Raydish. So they took 2 of his stocks away before half of the game was over and before his teammate lost his first stock. Thank you so much for that, production. We love that. Thank you, Toast. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Johnny.
They really did focus down Java.
Yeah.
And I'm curious. This is one of those things that happens that only happens in like these set situations. Is Java's now in this situation, like, is he going to be thinking, okay, I need to play safe off rip, or is he going to be thinking, okay, I need to just go in? They're not going to think to do the exact same strategy again.
It's essentially which way Western man. Yeah. And you're stuck in a very difficult decision making position.
Well, we are going into Game 5 on Demon Island. This time, a departure from the Fortress of Lions.
Oh, yeah.
They still like having some sort of creature in the background. Ooh, okay, MegD with the N-Sig.
Very, very beast-based and creature-based teams.
Neutral light, Fakey with the follow-up side air. Just getting those extra hits in. MegD with the side sig hits both Raydish and Java.
Oh,
side sig. Oh, Fakey tried to save there with that nair.
Now, unfortunately, MegD wasn't able to like get in and then get around and send the other direction towards a blast zone where he would either KO instantly with a signature, or he could at least set up for the edge guard and then confirm that edge guard there. But still, a lot of good damage was done. Everybody pretty red as we get about a minute 2 into this game. Side sig, unfortunately, that one's going to bounce off the main stage, so they're not going to get that stock off of Fakey. They are going to get it off of Java, and now get it off of Fakey.
And MegD really recognized Fakey was going to try to make that immediate trade-off, so he ran forward. Oh, nice interrupt there from Fakey. Not enough to KO MegD, though. Neutralite's still not going to do it.
I used to be like a big fan of Inlight being the KO option on Bo just because it was like easier for me to pull off than D-Light recovery, but like on this map, ooh, buddy. Finally getting that KO off the top, but it takes several more iterations of the D-Light Inlight compared to the D-Light recovery.
Yeah, for sure.
On this map.
It definitely takes longer. Either way, though, they're still getting some good hits in.
Nice.
Oh. Fakey, does he have the movement? Raydish really boxing out Java, so Java can't support. Axe was still active. Once again, MegD with the sig. Side air, Java down to his final stock. MegD and Raydish very healthy here.
This game is starting to slip away from Java and Fakey, but that's also like kind of what I said at the beginning of last game, and we all saw what happened there. If we didn't, well, we made it to game 5, so that'll tell you what happened. Nice.
Oh, man. Dude, MegD is getting so many sig follow-ups. Java just watching. He knows he's so red. He's really afraid to go in. Nice. The weapon toss stopping it.
Yeah, that was a fantastic sword toss coming in from Java. Also spacing at that signature. Hit the side light. And then Fakey came in. Target swap onto MegD.
Side sig hits a lot of people, but MegD, with a side sig of his own, puts Fakey in the 1v2, and the down heavy will take Fakey out of there.
MegD's second stock, he was dominating, and that's why they call him MegD Stallion, because he's a savage, classy, bougie ratchet. That song's old. I don't remember the rest of the words.
I was gonna say you're not gonna go with like
that's as far as I can go.
Mumoshi? Is that the?
No, because I couldn't fit that in here.
Oh, okay.
Don't tell anybody, but I did have.